the worst thing he could do. You know, well, good. You know, I think Kevin Spacey, when he came out, which was the worst thing he could do, you know, yes, I might have molested you, but guess what? I'm gay. You know, don't conflate the two. Predator is predator, gay is gay. They're two very separate things. I don't consider a man who goes after a little girl to be a heterosexual male. I think he's a predator and a pedophile.
That's right.
Segment. By and large, most of their things have been very self-serving. And these people all knew, these men all knew that what they were doing was wrong.
Yeah.
They just didn't care because, especially in Hollywood, they're allowed to operate with impunity and a major blanket of silence. And one of the things was, I realized they operate like a mafia. And my monster, the figurehead of it all, was the head of the mafia. But guess what? The mafia never asked me to join. I didn't take their vow of silence. And that's their mistake. But their mistake is to hurt in the first place. I don't feel bad for them. I feel bad for all the art and the lives that have been destroyed because of them. I feel bad for me as a member of society that I didn't get to see so many women's work and men's work because they were too destroyed to keep going. I feel bad for every executive, not just in Hollywood, all around the world, who's kept women down because we're missing that. We are missing 50% of the equation at least, especially on screen, because that's 96% male directors in the Directors Guild. So that statistic hasn't changed since 46. What would make you think that the way they operate behind the scenes has changed? Because Hollywood sticks to tradition. Just because it's always been done that way doesn't mean it can't be done better. Doesn't mean society can't function in a healthier way and quickly, because we're dying. I don't have time to mess around.
Do you think the media companies, do you think, you know, what Netflix did by cancelling House of Cards, by dropping Kevin Spacey from the House of Cards and then cancelling the entire show, and stuff like that? People.
Okay, by the way, I used to work for a record music industry back in like early 2000, and one of my friend who is a producer for major record label, he was saying that, well, pretty much everybody was saying that, okay, they were talking about Kevin Spacey in early 2000, like a year of 2000, so it's almost 18 years ago. Everybody knew, even music industry folks knew about it, and I heard some rumor about, you know, this young pop singer, he had to, you know, suck a D to get a contract or get to the top and stuff. So this hashtag #MeToo movement is not just a women issue, it's also a boys, men issue as well. Because like Brendan Fraser was talking about, his crotch was groped by very powerful men in the show business, and he felt he was emasculated by that guy, and he couldn't talk about it for years, and he pretty much shut down himself like that. And you know, Brendan is a very strong, handsome man, very talented, successful guy, but after the incident happened, and when he tried to open up the situation, and then he was pretty much like blacklisted and stuff, you know. And so yeah, it's crazy, right? And Corey Feldman has been talking about that for over 3 decades, about his personal experiences to his best friend experiences, and you know, I've also heard a rumor about River Phoenix, and how River Phoenix died is because River Phoenix his family member, his parents were into cult members and stuff, and River Phoenix was raped when he was like 2 or 3-year-old kid by a crazy adult pedophile. And when he was 6-year-old, when he became 6-year-old, he was molested by another person, and so he became drug addict after that, and he just died on the middle of the Sunset Boulevard on his prime time, and so because I knew about the story, I heard about the rumor and story, I couldn't stop crying when I heard the story about River Phoenix died, even though I didn't know River Phoenix on a personal level. And so yeah, it's not just a women's situation, it's just also a man, especially little boys, young kid actors, twinkle looking boys are also targeted by those disgusting middle-aged, fat, ugly, dude in the show business who is in the power. And so it's just disgusting, repugnant situation.
Losing their jobs because of these accusations have come to light. Do you think this is...
Do I feel bad for them? No.
No.
Because you know what? They all knew.
No, I don't. No, that's not where I was going.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I wanted to know, do you think that's enough?
It's a good...
a lot of conspiracy theory talking about how Seth MacFarlane wrote a sketch about those Hollywood pedophile and Hollywood rapist in his comedy sketch. It was hilarious, and I've been a huge fan of Family Guy since like early 2000. And no, it's not that Seth MacFarlane was a psychic and predicted everything. It's just everybody knew about it. Everybody in the showbiz, they knew about it. It just Seth MacFarlane is the only person. He had the courage to make an art form making fun of those predator, because he's a very creative genius. And yeah, I love Seth MacFarlane.